Welcome back to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate. And it does it with Barb Schlinker, the owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Barb, now that the market is slowing down, not all homes are selling. What are the keys to maximize the sales price when you are selling your home?
Well, Richard, to get the most money when you sell your home, you want to make sure that your home is not showing any deferred maintenance, meaning really obvious. And how do you know? If you live in the home every day, there's a lot of things that you may not notice because you're living with it. So I would definitely just take some pictures and blow it up on a computer and have it talk back at you, or bring in a family member that's brutally honest and have them tell you, um, because every home is different, and it's also every selling strategy is different. You may not want to remodel the home, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Then that means that you should price it accordingly, and that's part of what we help our clients do. And there's basically five keys to get the most money and make sure that you have certainty of the sale. And we basically put together a simple plan to execute to make sure that happens. Number one, try if you are going to sell for full on retail, you want to make sure you're the best home on the block. So, what does that mean? That does not mean full on remodel. It means get the basics done, curb appeal, any broken stuff. Make sure the backyard looks good. People aren't going to pay top dollar if they see deferred maintenance. But if you decide to go as is, then you have to price it under market to get demand for that. Make sure you hire an agent that knows how to create demand. I'm meeting with somebody here pretty soon that has awful, I mean, awful marketing pictures of their home. And that's why it's not selling. It's not price, it's not the home, it's not the condition. It's that the marketing pictures don't look good. And therefore, all the buyers are passing it by and nobody's going out to look at it. So these are easy fixes. When bad photos are posted online, they actually repel buyers from even wanting to drive by your home or come and take a look at it. They're not going to come and look at it if they don't like the pictures. So you want to make sure your photographs look amazing. And our marketing is not just the multiple listing service. We're trying to go where the buyers are. And we have a proven system plus a database of buyers in waiting. So if you are thinking of making a move, give us a call at 719 301 3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. There's also a lot of buyers that have a house to sell, and most agents don't have a solution for that, but we do have solutions. We do have ways to make this work. And most agents just have absolutely nothing. There are some buyers that need to sell a home first before they can buy their next home. In fact, 69% of the buyers out there have to sell a home before they buy their next home. But they have to approach this realistically. First of all, not every agent has a solution for them. There are some sellers that will accept an offer contingent on their home selling if they don't have any other choices. But if you go and look at a property that appears to be high demand, like we just had last weekend, beautiful home, priced slightly below market, in perfect condition. There were 38 people at the open house. It was obvious it was a high demand home. One of those buyers made an offer contingent on their home selling that wasn't on the market yet. So what do you think, Richard? Do you think a seller's going to accept it if they have other offers that are not contingent?
That is, in my opinion, completely unrealistic. If you stand in the shoes of the seller or the person representing the seller, and you have all of these other options, I don't know why anyone would say, put everything on hold. We're going to sit around and wait until this one particular person does or doesn't sell their home and does or doesn't come up with an offer that's better than the ones I've already got. That's just unrealistic under any circumstance. And you've got a relationship, a fiduciary relationship with the seller.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm not the decision maker. So I may help and coordinate a marketing strategy with their permission. But at the end of the day, their decision maker, they are the decision maker about when the showings are going to take place or how many showings that they're going to allow or what buyer they're going to accept. It has nothing to do with me. I just set the stage So to help them get the most money, create the most demand so that they could pick the right buyer for their home. It has nothing to do with me. Yet, just last weekend, after one of those buyers that had a house to sell of their home that wasn't on the market yet, thought it was okay to go on one of my profiles and talk smack about me because they didn't get the house, which I thought was completely inappropriate. And so my response to that was, well, you could see from the 38 people at the open house that there was a lot of demand, and my job is to create demand. And at the end of the day, the seller accepted an offer for tens of thousands more than your offer, and they did not have a house to sell. And that is my job. Full stop.
Your client didn't have to sit around and wait, first of all, plus the uncertainty, secondly, and third, you had a better offer on the table right there. This is just completely unrealistic. And for somebody to get online and to try to, make excuses for why they should have done this or done that, it's just wrong, Barb. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I think so. But I think most people are logical when they go look at reviews online. They tend to look at the bad ones first,
Right.
right? To make sure there's nothing really bad going on with somebody they're potentially planning to work with. And lots of times they can see through this, especially if there's a good response on there. But there are other people that believe everything that's on the internet must be true.
I think sometimes you have to take these things with a grain of salt and ask yourself, so what's the motivation here? Is somebody just frustrated they didn't get what they wanted? Is this sour grapes? Is this somebody who's a competitor or somehow, like to take advantage of a situation? There are so many things that go into that. And I think, what is that saying? Caveat emptor, buyer beware. And that applies to ratings as well.
Right. And you know what? I really kind of blame the agent for this happening. We're not allowed to disparage each other, but at the end of the day, they have to understand the market. They have to understand whether or not this home is priced low or high. And you could obviously see all the demand for this home. They should have managed expectations with the buyer to say, look, the chances of you getting this are, yeah, probably pretty low, but we'll go ahead and throw our hat in the ring and see what happens. But that didn't happen here, and it's unfortunate. It does happen sometimes, but at the end of the day, our goal is to help our clients on whatever side we're representing, buyer or seller, to make sure they get what they want. And if they don't have a solution for a home sales situation, those kind of things are going to happen. My name is Barb Schlinker. I'm with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Barb has the buyer's team and the host of this show, Your Real Estate Voice. And when we come back, we're going to talk about some things that you can do and not do to maximize your sales price and negotiations. You don't want to miss it. Richard?
We're here talking with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And you can always reach Barb at 719-301-3900. Barb, you've highlighted some of the keys to maximize your sales price when you're selling a home. Be the best home on the block, create demand with aggressive marketing, and solve problems. Tell us about those last two, creating demand, but especially solving problems.
Well, first of all, they need to know what not to fix. There's nothing more frustrating than fixing something you didn't have to fix. So there are certain things you don't have to fix when you're getting your house ready for sale. Like you don't have to bring the home to today's building code unless it was remodeled. You don't have to do extensive remodel upgrades. In fact, I just sold a home a couple weeks ago where they had done the kitchen and the master bath in the most beautiful remodel I had seen in a number of years. I mean, it trumped pretty much all of the gorgeous parade homes that we see on there right now. But what happened, we thought we were priced okay because we were getting offers, but just not full asking price. But what happened is a lot of those buyers changed their mind about that home and pivoted to brand new construction. So sometimes you can over upgrade, and that's a mistake as well. And that's part of what our guidance is on helping our sellers. And certain things that you should take care of, what I call lipstick and rouge, carpet, cosmetics, make it look good. You don't have to repaint the whole house if you can touch it up and it looks adequate. Some dramatic colors definitely are out of style. Everybody asks me about popcorn ceilings. Yeah, the buyers don't like it, but will they buy the home if they love it? Yes, absolutely. But make sure everything looks fresh and clean. Some of the things that you might want to do if you're going to take down window coverings, especially those old heavy drapes that they used to do, don't put them back up. The home actually shows better without them, and not too much on the drama paint for sure. Also, with negotiations, it's weird, but in the real estate industry, you would think that agents are trained to negotiate, but in fact, there's very little training about it. And what we hear when we look at stuff online is a lot of the consumers think that we're just messengers. We don't really negotiate. So, what is our job? Some agents try to protect the buyer from the house. And so it makes it kind of interesting. You have to pretty much expect that every time you're showing a home, this day and age, you're probably going to be on camera somewhere around that home. So I don't know why they don't think about it. They'll stand outside and talk down the house in front of their buyer, which doesn't make sense. Their job is to not to get a discount or to drag down the price. Their job is to get them the home that they want and to negotiate so you get a win-win situation. So what happens during showings is some of these agents will go in and look for flaws, which doesn't make any sense. You're supposed to support the decision of the buyer if they love that home. Sometimes the buyer's agents will ask for unreasonable repairs just to get stuff. I've had them tell me the buyer really didn't want what they asked for, but I had to ask for something, didn't I, Barb? Makes me crazy. So we see that happening a lot with home sales. But the way you win with negotiation is communicate, ask the right questions, make good offers. If your offer is way too far apart and your justification is based on how much you want to improve the home down the line, that's not going to work. And probably your offer is going to get rejected. So it makes sense to try to set up a win-win situation. And sometimes it's not always about price. Some sellers will take a lower price, maybe if you let them stay in the home for a few weeks after closing. Sometimes you can get those things done, but the key is to communicate, as always. And of course, pricing a home appropriately is hugely important. It is the difference between repelling buyers and attracting buyers all by itself. And that's part of what we help our clients do. Get their home ready for sale, give them ideas on what to do, what not to do to get the house ready for sale, give them a really good idea, a price range of what their home will sell for and how much they'll put in their home in their pocket. So when they go on the market, they're ready and they're prepared and they have the confidence that everything's going to go well. My name is Barb Schlinker. You can reach me at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
You're listening to Barb Schlinker on Your Real Estate Voice. That's the show. The business is Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, and you can reach Barb at 719-301-3900. A short break. When we come back, we'll be talking about how to find the perfect home before you sell your current home, plus Barb's hot new listings. You don't want to miss any of those, so stay tuned.